Hello, good morning. Happy New Year. Welcome back at Aloha Gardens, Arizona. I'm right now in my front yard. I'm just going to bring you to a quick garden tour during this winter season, how my garden look like. So I'm just using a selfie stick here so I can show you all um, the overview of my front yard garden, and we will go around at the backyard also. So this is how it looked like this time. It's January 3. So far no hard frost yet hitting my um, area, so it's still green, but in some spot some of the tree are already having yellow leaves because they are very sensitive and cold. So there are nights that we are on the 35 degrees low, but for now we're warming up. So far we are lucky compared to the other area here in Arizona. It's not just uh, other state, but there are areas in Arizona that's already cold, especially the area that's like 2 hours away from us. They're already even having snow, but here we are still green. So it's afternoon time here. The sun, I'm facing the southwest, so it's sunny in this south side of our property. So here are my um, banana lane. So it's already cleaned, and I'm going to clean in some parts of my garden this this coming week. So I'm going to show you around. So welcome back and Happy New Year. Hopefully everybody have a great new year, even with all the pandemic that's going on around. But let's continue to continue living, right? Okay, so welcome back, and let's have a quick tour around my garden. Join me. So here is my 40-footer east side garden. It's still alive. Yes, and we are facing in this corner. This is a very cozy corner that really need a good attention. This is my direct composting corner. So I'm going to make tapas, harvest the sugar cane in this area, so I can pull out some of the browning leaves and clearing some leaves also of the banana trees, and adding stair manure on the base of the like that, the sugar cane. And the sugar cane base, I'm going to clean the sugar cane, cut off the old sugar cane, and then add stair manure for mulching. And here's my blue agave. That's very huge already, so I need to clean up so I can see the beauty of that plant. And yeah, it's really more cleaning at this time. So we're still on the winter, no hard frost yet, but it's gonna be coming, but only we don't know. Sweet potatoes is still there, still green, but not growing more young leaves because it's cold. So this stopped growing. It's just like on the dormancy mode. But my moringa trees, this tree is really the biggest among all the trees in this lane. I don't know how many trees growing, but there are so many volunteers so far, and the leaves are still green. I'm planning to harvest some here. Only the good leaves. I hand pick, so I can really pick which one is good. And mostly these are the leaves that I'm using for my soup currently, because I'm done harvesting for my dehydrated leaves. So I'm just letting it stay in the tree to keep the tree still look good at this time of the season. And still have lemongrass. This lemongrass, I'm going to move that lemongrass down here in the lane of the banana trees to make the banana trees cool during summertime. But it's gonna take a little while for transplanting of those lemongrass, because I need to clean on this area, pull out some of the old lemongrass, and then add a good mixture of the steer manure and compost soil. So these are kind of making a little forest here, a lemon what's this, moringa forest, and they are blooming, but the leaves, because they are very cold sensitive, so some leaves are turning yellow. It depends on the wave of the cold wind touching this area. So some leaves are turning brown and yellow, but it's good because once it's fall down to the ground, it serves as a natural fertilizer. So I just keep it there. And there's so much bee cleaning going on after I'm done this quick tour. And there's the red purplish sugarcane I have here. I planted here to give protection for my moringa in this area, because it's very sensitive. So during summer it gives a good shading, and during winter at this time it gives the cold cold wind directly to the tree, so the tree is still protected and still have flowers. Yeah, it's blooming. There's still flowers and some pads or bunga, fruit drumstick that's growing, but it's slowly, but it's producing here. And there's a volunteer moringa tree. This is about like maybe 2 years old. When it's volunteer, it depends where they grow. It doesn't grow fast like that, but they're still growing slowly. I just let it grow here because it seems like liking the area. And so this is our front door, the main entrance. And here I have a little spot here for more project, but I will clean this area because we need to do a big exterior project on painting the exterior wall of the house early this year. So it's gonna be a lot of cleaning along the surrounding the house in this area too. This is my yellow hibiscus or gomamilla, still even blooming at this season since it's closer to the wall, so it's stay alive. So gardening in the desert is really very challenging, like this papaya. So I really planted it too close to the wall just to make sure that it stays alive. And yes, this is 3 years old papaya already. I've been through many winter, but it's still surviving. So this is another hibiscus in this garden along the south facing wall of our house. It's still alive. So in this area here, I'm going to clean this. I'm going to pull out that sweet potato there so I can put a new soil on this garden bed. And yes, this is my little rose garden still in the front yard, and that's a 4-year-old tree there, it's not producing much leaves because yeah, it's winter. And yeah, the sugar cane, yeah, that's how it look like now. Still green. On this area is the this is the southwest side, and here is my experimental corner of my newly planted moringa, which I did not really even harvest the leaves because I'm waiting for the coldness temperature. But still, it's going strong. It's growing still, but slowly. A very cozy corner here where I planted a sugarcane, fig tree, and another moringa tree. But this is planted from the branch or cuttings, but it grows very good. This is a very successful cuttings that I planted in this southwest garden, and where the opposite side is the lane of lemongrass. And I planted different cuttings here of moringa. Some are growing and even have drumstick or fruit, as you can see. And that's our neighbor's house there. They're taking off their Christmas decor and Christmas lights. But here my moringa still green. So those are the leaves that I harvest for my soup this time of the year. And some of my pea plants are growing good, and some are still small but alive. And sweet potatoes are still alive, not growing, but still there. And my new tree is looking good, still alive. And that other tree there behind, there's a lot of flowers, but not much leaves anymore, because this area is, I think this is where the cold wind, it's the direct cold wind touching this tree. And yes, the fig tree is now on the dormancy mode where all the trees are falling. So as you can see, there's gonna be a lot of cleaning that's waiting for me. Yeah, and all of that are, these are my experiment baby moringas, if they can make it through the winter. And yes, this is my Tangelos citrus. It's looking good, so I think that will be ready to pick up soon. And different plants that's still here in my covered garden. This is the inside yard already. So here it's still alive, but I'm still going to clean this. That's the squash that I'm going to harvest soon, but I'm going to harvest this one first because this is the oldest fruit than that. So there are 3 squash left in this vine, and mostly they are all ready. And like that, that's the bitter melon. It's still green. It's because we did not really get the hard frost yet. That's why they are still there. They are not crunchy brown yet, but it's going to be pulled out so I can prepare the garden for the next planting season. And here's my variegated calamansi, and there are some fruit where I only save for my dippings. So I'm not sealing this one because it's only few fruits just for personal use. And here's my celery in that area, and I already cleaned this bed. I'm going to add more soil so I can plant more vegetable there. This here also are my potted longevity spinach. And some call this one a what kind of spinach is this? Like the ashitaba. But when I did research, this is called a longevity spinach because ashitaba is a different, really a different kind of plant. And this my just you know, several potted succulents that I just leave it there, and it's still alive. And here just a lot of stuff around my garden office corner that I really need to sort out and clean. Potted succulents, rubber tree, and my peppers there. It has some fruit. That's the habanero. That's hot, but it's very good. Peppers in this area. I need to clean here too because it's gonna be it's closer to the wall. We need to clear all the plants that touches the wall so the contractor can do their painting, exterior wall painting. There's really gonna be a lot of works waiting for me to clean all around the yard. And then this sugarcane there too, I need to tapas all of that because it's already mature. So that's a lot of cleaning waiting for me, but that's it. That's part of the gardening. So don't be discouraged, right? When gardening, that's it. That's the cycle. And there's the mulberry, the weeping mulberry I had. That's already on the dormancy. And yeah, it's my covered garden. It's really very good during summer and winter. It's even my bitter melon. I did not see that bitter melon, but now I can see it because it's now yellow, and there's a still green one. So in this side here, this is part of my experimental here. On this side, I planted cuttings there. Yeah, some cuttings survived, and I think most of it, but only the two or three cuttings that's really have like getting taller and have flowers even. And here on this lane, these are just grown from seeds. So I planted some trees here because there was a volunteer here. This second tree here, this was the volunteer. So I don't want to pull that out. Instead, I'm just adding more trees to complete the lane. And my squash, I was lucky to have just even one squash survive the whole summer. And so this is my last fruit. This is the last fruit of this squash, the Filipino squash that I like because it's not curvy and it's easy to peel. And that's my last fruit. And so far the vine is still green, so I'm observing this vine if it can make it this winter, then I will keep it, and maybe it will rebranch and produce a new vine for the next season. But I'm going to plant a new set of the squash. And there it's really like forested already. And there's my husband on top of the what's this? Careful there, boy. Yes, ma'am. And there, this is the Mexican flame vine. It's still alive. That's very cold sensitive, but still alive. So my fig tree here, it's the Turkey fig, and still because it's not really very cold, so even this fig tree, it's supposed to be the first tree that start, you know, having the the leaves to be gone, but still there. It's already January, but it's slowly falling falling down now. It's lots of cleaning, and there's a lot of my mother of millions succulent there. They are pretty. I just keep that mother of millions there to give me millions maybe. But here is my blood orange citrus, and I don't think this is already red inside because we are not that cold yet, but it's already edible. Yeah, it's already edible. So we are here now in the very back of my of our yard, where you can see the potted calamansi. These are the potted calamansi that I experiment on air layering last summer, and it's still under observation. But it looks good. It looks like alive. There's even some calamansi there, some little fruit. Yeah. So my back moringa here, trees, and this very back garden, part of the 67-footer garden garden bed, because we already, my husband installed this retaining wall here, and to support the soil on top of this bed, and it seems like that it looks better than just letting it on the slanting form. And there's the very corner calamansi tree. I planted a tree there because it's very cozy. I just when I started planting trees, I don't really know which part of the garden that are being hit by the frost. So I just want to make sure that this sensitive trees will survive during this season, because it's not always that we have warm winter, unlike this time of the year that we have this warm winter. So this is the very back garden, the half of the very back garden in our backyard that have moringa trees, citrus trees, and I even planted some lemongrass there just to have greens when summer comes. So here's my Buddha's hand citrus, citron, yeah, because it's like lime, and there is my bare lime, more moringa. There's still more leaves there, like that. So it's still green. It's really green even at this time. And there's another big tree there of moringa tree, and another tangelo. So here I have different trees on this lane of trees here. I have different fruit trees, where my peach tree there, and then mango tree. Papaya tree was under at the macadamia tree, but it grows big now and even have a lot of fruit. So this is macadamia tree, and then another calamansi tree, and this one is the Australian finger lime, and June plum. June plum is the like batuan in my area in Bisaya. I don't know what's the other name of this June plum or batuan in some areas of the Philippines. Here also is the moringa cuttings that I planted here last summer. So I'm observing, and yes, it's still green. The leaves is very tender now because it's winter, it's cold, but seems growing well on this area, because it gets so cozy of that back mini forest there, because I have the guava, I have different citrus and another guava, and I think I got I got the tangerine, blood orange, and pomelo, then guava, then the mulberry trees. So it got so cozy there, and I think the the cold wave of the wind cannot really get into the ground that much, so it survived. But that's the part of the experiment where I can observe if that cuttings survive all through the years, because it's not 1 year old yet. And here are my young potted papaya. I will transplant that papaya soon, but I keep that there because it's cozy underneath the trees, and those are the seedlings of my Manila mangoes. So I will move that into a bigger pot soon. There's so much things that's waiting for me to do around, and I will be gonna be very busy soon. So pea eggplant is still here, still there, and in this area banana will begin soon. Peppers, that's volunteer, and the prickly pear cactus, that's edible. Banana, and this papaya, that's not doing well in this area. I will take that out, and a lot of cleaning will really going to happen waiting for me. And here in this area there's an avocado and one volunteer moringa. That's a volunteer one, and this one I planted that other. But in this area, since really very cold, as you can see, there's no more leaves, but the flower is still there. So I just let the flower stay there, because there are still a lot of the hummingbirds that enjoying the nectar of the moringa flowers. So avocado is still good, though there's a lot of burnt leaves, because that's the leftover of summer, but it's surviving because they are still warm. And here the corner, and this northeast corner, is the swimming pool garden side, where all the lemongrass that I have still there. I'm going to pull out that lemongrass so I can have some fresh for my soup, and I'm going to pull that out so I can replant it all over the yard. So that's how it looked like. There's the pomegranate there. There's 2 pomegranate that's looking dormant now because they are very cold sensitive. No more leaves. Moringa is still alive, still have lots of green leaves there. And that's it. And here my patio garden there, my husband's office that he built last summer, and my calamansi. This calamansi is 8 years old already. That's grown from seeds, and yeah, there's a lot of still calamansi there that I can use for my sausawan, for my dippings. And here's my little winter bed garden. There's only few I have the Lacento kale, and the red Russian kale, tomato flowering now, sorted tomato, and some of my succulents there, and prickly pear. It's edible, so mostly I planted edible stuff. And on that very corner, those are my rocks of succulents that I need to thin out because it's getting thicker already. So here are in this very end corner here is our gazebo. Yeah, so furniture is covered now because it's cold, so no swimming yet. And lemongrass is still there, flowers. It's still really good. Most of my cold sensitive plants are still there, but in this corner mostly all of the leaves here are not good anymore because it's really very cold in this area. But I just let the pods or the bunga of the moringa grow there. They are slowly getting bigger. They are very nutritious too. So that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time. It's kind of long, so I will stop here now. And once again, a happy new year everybody, and let's try the best we can this year, 2021. Yes, and let's continue praying and work hard what we can do best this year, and encourage what's oh my nose. I don't wear mask now, as you can see, but I'm gonna wear mask when I start working back in the garden. And yes, I will just use tripod when I'm working because I don't want you to be dizzy when following me doing this video like this. And yes, try to subscribe my YouTube channel, Aloha Gardens AZ, and I will try my best to do video when I do things around. But sometimes when I really get busy, I just do my things and forget that I supposed to do videos. So at least I have remembrance of what I'm doing. But I will try my best this time that I can. I will do a short video of whatever I'm doing around the garden so I can see my progress. And yes, thanks again. Thank you for your time. Happy New Year.